when we look on social media, you see people that are succeeding, you see the finished version of a tree that's been planted for 6 to 10 years. So we want the end version, but we don't want the actual work that tree went through.
Got it bumping. I told that Bible, y'all told that steel. I don't need your worldly weapons, cause I spiritually kill.
The seed is put into the ground into what I call triple darkness. Something that has so much potential is often put in areas where light cannot penetrate. And a lot of our dreams and goals that we want to accomplish have been planted, but have yet to be seen. And the problem that we have is just because our dreams have yet to be seen, we think that they will never come. Because when you know that that's a part of that seed's journey, it's easier for you to accept dark times. Oh, I'm talking already. And the problem that we have when it comes to seeing our dreams manifest, you don't know that your dream, a seed, has to be dark, has to be planted in dark times so that it can be nourished. And sometimes when sunlight hits that dream too soon, it can collapse it. So a lot of us are wanting success. A lot of us want thousands of customers and clients. We want millions of dollars in our business. We want to be seen in the industries that we're in. But sometimes when you're in darkness, God is just trying to tell you, hold on, because that sun could destroy you if you move too fast. That apple seed gets planted into the ground. Does anybody know how many years it takes for an apple seed to become a full tree where it can bear fruit? 6 to 10 years it takes a tree, enough time for it to be strong enough to bear its first bushel of fruit. Now we think about that. We say, man, that seems like a mighty long time. But when I think of the goodness of God, I think that all things that are worth something magnificent takes a little bit of time for it to be able to be blossomed and bloomed. I've never seen a tree walking down a highway with its roots talking about, do you want my fruit? Anybody seen that tree? Matter of fact, we probably will hightail another way and say, yo, the devil is around here. But the truth is that tree, once it is fruitful enough, it don't have to call nobody. People will come to it. But when you think about that tree, you see the finished version of it. A lot of us, when we look on social media, you see people that are succeeding, you see the finished version of a tree that's been planted for 6 to 10 years. So we want the end version, but we don't want the actual work that tree went through. What most of us fail to realize is that in order for that tree to be strong enough to be able to handle fruit like an apple tree, the weight that comes with those apples on those branches, see, that tree has to endure things in darkness that actually gives it its root. It gets its stability. And that is a critical piece to the growth of that tree. Matter of fact, when that tree breaks ground and that wind begins to move, James 1:2 says we should consider it joy to go through trials and tribulations, because it's the trials and tribulations that endures our patience. What does that mean? That means that when that tree breaks ground, every time the wind moves the tree, it tells the roots to dig deeper. Did y'all know that? So by the time that tree is in its 6th or 10th year, it has been through so many years of being moved that its roots won't allow it to be moved anymore. The problem is we go through trials and tribulations, and because the wind is too tight, we want to uproot, but you forget that when you root somewhere else, you got to start all the way over. And so what happens is that wind begins to move that tree, and it tells its roots to dig what? Deeper. Now here's the next thing. It has to be in the right soil. Oh, a seed in the wrong soil, although its intentions are to grow, cannot come out to be what it's supposed to be if it's in the wrong soil. So when it's digging deep in the right soil, the wind and trials and tribulations tells the seed's roots to dig deeper into its source. And a lot of us have to make sure that we're rooted and planted in the right source. So when things get tight in our life and the wind comes, we can dig deeper into the right source. Everybody say dig deeper. Dig deeper. Say dig deeper. Dig deeper.
Got it bumping. I told that Bible, y'all told that steel. I don't need your worldly weapons, cause I spiritually kill.